Galio off the table. Nautilus is already gone. We have Gragas taken. So you've already got the likes of Rakan, Braum. We may see an Enchanter. We've been seeing in the NA scene. Those that definitely go for the Enchanters have been winning more matches. So we might see an Enchanter support this time around. And then we see the Z ban for Justice League there. So the last ban for WLG is that Z, whether it be Z jungle or Z in the mid lane. It's not like they're playing against government, is it? But there's all the 5th bans done for WLG. What is going to be the last ban for Justice League? Is it going to be another support? Is it going to be a Baron lane pick? There we go. It is a Baron lane pick. It's the Fiora. So both the Camille and Fiora, which we both know, or everybody knows in this chat, that Fiora and Camille have definitely been dominating the Baron lane. Vote Blam for president. Thank you, Alpha. Vote you for vice president. And there we go. There is the Enchanter support that I was talking about. So Karma, just like NA, we saw Karma being played quite a bit. Karma is now coming through once again. And if you can cast your mind back to EU before now, that Karma used to be one of those highly banned champions. It was definitely one of the first few bans that would actually come through. Then she sort of like hid under the radar, and now she's coming back through again. And it's looking like we're gonna get Ezreal in the mid lane, possibly going against the Corki. Oh no, so it is going to be Gragas jungle if we're going to get the Braum pick come through. Interesting. Maybe if they didn't ban the Kha'Zix, maybe they would have gone for a Zed or a Kha'Zix in the jungle. But because they banned that, they're going to go for the Gragas in the jungle, which isn't a bad call, to be honest. Gragas jungle has been pretty strong. They go for the Yuumi. So, Enchanter Yuumi, Enchanter tank, Enchanter support, sorry, over tank support. And then we are just waiting for that Baron lane pick. I had a reservation in my mind that it would be the Renekton. But we could be seeing Wukong go in the Baron lane and possibly Kayn go in the jungle. So it is looking like the Wukong is going to be the Baron lane pick this time around. And then Xin Zhao in the jungle going against Gragas. So quite a few switch-ups, quite a few flex picks. So it was kind of hard to gauge where they were going to be. But now we know where they're going to be. So it's going to be Wukong going against the Ornn in the Baron lane. Xin Zhao against Gragas in the jungle. Corki going against the Ziggs in the mid lane. Okay. And then Varus going against Ezreal Yuumi with Karma at his side. So those support enchanters coming through over the tanks. We normally see in Braum in the dual lane, Gragas in the dual lane. So I kind of think with the enchanters, we may not see them actually rotate up into the Baron lane. We may just see a vanilla duo from the beginning of the match straight away. If not, we may see some interaction in mid lane like we've been seeing in the Void series. But once again, for those new in chat and new coming to the stream, this is the first match of the group stages of the Rift Legends. So this is going to be exciting times. Top 12 teams within the EU or EMEA as well. Yeah, a lot of first strikes. Okay. 3 out of 5 first strikes ruins on the side of Justice League. That is a lot of first strikes. That is a lot of... Gotta be hoping that you can land that first strike for it to be useful. Ezreal, Ziggs, and Gragas all with first strike. So this is what I spoke about earlier. We have to pause up until the 3 minutes are up. So what I normally do is just have a little quick look through with what's going on, whether you guys have any thoughts about what is about to unfold in this matchup. I will actually start a poll, whilst we are waiting for the match to begin. So first match, Justice League versus WLG. Who will win? So just so you guys know, if you've just joined the chat, this is a best of 3, not a best of 1 that we've been getting used to over the weekends. We are in this for some time. I'm going to put a 3-minute duration whilst we wait for this pause in the match, and you can vote away just for 10 channel points. But yeah, as we caught in the loading screen, we saw 3 first strikes on the side of Justice League. And like I was saying, that is 3 confident champions that you need to definitely be getting that first strike to actually make it worthwhile for the gold, for the extra damage. Tag WLG, GR for the repost, man. I have tagged them, don't you worry. And then on the side of WLG, we're only seeing 1 first strike. So only actually 1 new ruin on the side of WLG. They're clearly confident with this composition. We don't see any sort of glacier augment on either of these support picks. And we're seeing Grasp of the Undying in the Baron lane. A very classic Baron lane ruin there. It's going to be interesting to see how this Wukong fares going against the Ornn. I don't think that's Patterson. That's not Patterson playing, is it, Alpha? Under Mojabi Ghost? Or is Patterson still even on the team? Is this just support? Obviously, we have Andrez in the jungle master himself. Veos in the mid lane. We've seen some cracking plays from Veos. Oh, we're seeing some action already. 4 event actions already in that timeline. I can't wait to see what happens, to see that unfold. And then we have Hestes on the Karma. So we're not quite used to seeing Hestes on these Enchanter supports. He is definitely being used to... Well, we've been used to seeing him on these tank supports, which has been more of the meta back then before now. A long time ago, it seems. Even though it's only 2 weeks. This is going to be a completely different kind of setup. Tempo. Clearly from that timeline. Who is the ADC and top laner for WLG? Top laner, I'm not too sure who Mojabi Ghost is. I think that's their support. Not support, substitute pick. And I don't think that is Mumu. It might be Mumu. Or it could be Wawa. It was Wawa beforehand. No, it wasn't Wawa. Wawa is Kittens, sorry. Wawa is Kittens. Right, so we can now get into the game, guys. It's been 3 minutes. I cannot wait to see what this event is going to be like. Let me just zoom this out like so, guys. Let's make sure it's seeing fine on there. That's cool. And then the minimap, let's stretch that down. And let's zoom out ever so slightly. Mumu-chan and Patterson. So it is, but they just changed their names. Brilliant. Thank you very much for that, Alpha, for clearing that up. I mean, would it really be a WLG match without Patterson and Mumu? Surely not. But like I said before, we were saying that the Baron Bashup is no longer going to be a thing, and both Enchanters are actually in that dual lane. So that's really interesting. That's something that we've got to adjust to, whether there'll still be teams within these top 12 EMEA teams that still do the Baron lane Bashup with the tanky supports. We are yet to see, but currently we are on the track record of 1 match, and both of them being Enchanters. 1 being Yuumi, 1 being Karma. Ezreal actually taking a lot of damage already from Mumu in the bot lane. Varus is one of those champions that is hard to outpoke, and currently definitely putting the Ezreal in his paces right now. Ezreal having to go back for some health there. Seeking some health in that Honey Through Juke. Nice little trade. Nice little bit of poke there onto Mumu there. We're seeing Andreas Ed looking to possibly... Nope. He is just... He might even still feel it's a bit cheeky. He's still there. He's going in onto the Gragas. Gragas needs to find some safety in that turret. We have Vejos coming around with Andreas Ed. But no, the Gragas definitely retreats back into the turret. But we see the Ziggs come around as well. Ziggs trying to blast away with the bomb. But Andreas Ed catches the first blood for WLG. But I think this is where we see that pop-up happening, where we saw those 4 kills. Gragas looking pretty low with the Yuumi on him. Gragas both and Yuumi go down as well. So that was a nice 4-0 for WLG. Setting up nicely there. Well played, guys. And as you can see the definitely change in tempo now that we don't have the supports in the Baron lane as well. It's definitely a different kind of game, different kind of meta. It is all taking place in terms of action down on that bottom side of the map. Acolyte draft. Definitely. It's definitely working. He's filling those coach boots very well. We miss him in the Baron lane, though. But Patterson definitely does him proud, I'm sure. Oh, Gragas taking a little bit of trade there from Veos. Oh, Jinzhou catching another kill onto the Ezreal. I was sleeping on that one, guys. I was a bit distracted seeing what the Gragas was having a bit of a cook-up. I wanted to see the Gragas cook, but currently he's not. He's going for an invade, though, with his big boy Ornn, but Veos and Andres are both coming around there. Is that Ornn all taking out the Wukong? So there we go. Justice League taking a first kill for themselves of that Wukong. But it's that Ornn Holt as well. Even though he be tanky, he does do a lot of damage as well. Andres needing a little bit of backup here from Hestes and Veos. Veos packaging in, coming in with that damage. We see Andres taking out the Gragas as well. Ezreal all coming up, doing a lot of damage onto Andres, but the team fight has been split in two. So the Ziggs can't actually make any ends meet with that Ezreal ult, unfortunately. We're seeing Hestes still trying. He's trying to go in there. We're seeing Patterson come around with the Wukong as well. Andreas is there. Nobody is safe under that turret when it's a 3v1. Scullino, is he going to go down? Oh, he bombs away, but then we still get the kill. So Patterson getting the kill on the Ziggs there. So very well done, guys. I see nothing change in regard of Andres. No, he's still king. Still king of the jungle. Still king of the jungle. But nicely done. And that was all before even the Infernal Drake is up. So almost 30 seconds now till the dragon is up with the Rift Herald. Are we going to see a even split go for this? Are we going to see Justice League go for the Rift Herald or vice versa for WLG? We are yet to see what is going to go on here. But already, WLG absolutely killing it for Justice League right now. 11 kills to 1. Putting them already 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes in. And we've got WLG currently sitting at a healthy 6k gold difference. That is nutty. Absolutely nutty. So we're seeing Andres going for the Infernal Dragon, which is a great thing for all his teammates, but no, Gragas gets the kill onto the Karma. They reset the dragon, though. Andres is definitely feeling some bound for blood there for his fallen teammate Hestes. And then decides, you know what, no, actually, let's get Infernal. Let's go in. Let's get them with that buff from the Infernal. Because what a first dragon to get and one to actually focus on. Ooh, Veos was actually calling it pretty close there. Mumu was trying to get some sort of snipe poke in there, but Andres gets caught out by Salty. But then we see an even trade. That's 1-1 trade for both teams here. We're seeing Patterson go in onto the Ornn, but we see Mumu gets the kill with that pro snipe towards the end. Ziggs, Ezreal are still up, but Ziggs is in that bot lane looking to do some damage to the Dragon lane turret. But it's clear that Patterson wants that Rift Herald, because if they put that down in mid or even Baron lane, that's that turret securely gone. Gragas is not going to have enough time to rotate around here. Ezreal doesn't have his ult to try and steal it. And there we go. It goes to WLG. So that is a first jungle wave going 100% to WLG there. Well played, team. But look, that's still 6k gold difference. As Wilma says, close game Kappa. It is. It's still not. Definitely a close game. It is definitely all needs. All Kappas on deck, by the way. That Rift Herald goes through that mid lane turret. Prioritizing mid lane push is always a good one. Hestes. Oh, Mumu charged up that snipe and got it onto the Ezreal. Ezreal thought he was home safe, but definitely not when Mumu is around. Nicely done there. I'm going to see what's going on with the Gragas in this mid lane. Karma and Vera's still here, and we still have Jin's out and Corki looking to rock that duo lane. But we're seeing all the focus went in on Hestes. There was a bit of a trade there. They get the Gragas, but they also get the Varus. So it's a 1-1 trade for both teams there. Ornn is looking to rotate around. Ziggs has got the Yuumi on. Ezreal's coming in with that damage. Hestes trying to proc that CC. We see the Ornn ult come through, but misses. It goes skirt and missed the... Oh, Hestes dodged that pro-like. And then Andrezed is still in on it with the 3v1. He's not even got the Karma there, and he did very well to stay alive that long as well. But well played to WLG for managing to take out Andrezed there. Is it the right time in the match to probably focus the jungle? Probably not, but I think any kill for Justice League right now is going to be something that they need in terms of trying to close that magnificent gold difference on the side of WLG right now. But even just not gold, it is the kills as well. 13 kills ahead, 2 turrets ahead, both Dragon and Rift Herald as well. It is definitely not a close game. It is a Kappa close game, to say the least. Having a quick little cheeky look at the builds. We're seeing Manamune being built both on the Corki and the Varus, with Essence Reaver as well. They are getting that Essence Reaver built straight away after that second item. Luden's Echo for the Karma for the splash damage onto these into these team fights, I mean, especially with these empowered abilities, what she gets as well. That splash damage is going to help uneven these team fights like they need uneven in anyway. There is a lot of damage currently going on. FF go next. Yeah, I mean, it is going to be hard for Justice League to try and bounce back, but I don't think they will. It's a hard one. It's definitely a GG go next. Let's try and draft a little bit better. I still don't think the Ornn pick's properly optimized for competitive yet. I feel like there's a way around Ornn, and WLG are clearly showing that. They don't really have much going on in terms... Obviously, they've got the armor penetration boots as well as the mana penetration boots, as the melee penetration boots as well. They've got the Divine Sunder for Wukong on there also to stop the Yuumi eels. But yeah, like I was saying originally, I don't think the Ornn has been completely optimized for these competitive team loadouts. And there's the damage straight onto the Gragas, and we're seeing Corki get a double kill. Nice double kill there for Vejos. Can he get any more in his ranks? We see Hestes even get a bit of action there. And then we also see Passon getting a double kill as well. Minion wave in the mid lane. And then we're going to see Andrezed go for that second Drake of the match. To be fair, I can see a inhibitor going down. Currently, we only have 3 seconds left on the Yuumi as well. But it's probably not going to be enough time for the Yuumi or the Gragas to come back before the inhibitor falls. And there we see it. Stark is back. Tell a friend. Oh, and he's back. The king of puns. The pun sir himself is back. How's it going, dude? Welcome to the stream. Ziggs ult. Ziggs ult for the sake of Ziggs ult, I guess, on the side of Justice League. Because, I mean, what can you do, really? You need to pray. You need to find a corner on the map safely that is not been warded and pray right now, it seems, on the side of the Justice League. But just look at that goal difference, even just on like the jungles right now. So Xin Zhao is a whole 2k ahead of Gragas, which when you think of it as a match difference is not massive, but when it is just a jungle difference, it's huge. And as you can tell, it's almost it's an items difference right now. Is karma building karma building ability haste? Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't confuse me, man. There we go. So we do see that the reconnecting game has appeared, which means that the game has come to a conclusion. So that is the first round come to a conclusion for WLG and Justice League. And I don't think it takes much of a... It doesn't take rocket science to realize who's going to be winning this one, especially with only the bot lane turret being taken. There's only really much of a minion priority down in the bot lane, which Andrezed is now happily cleaning up. We see all team members looking to be more so on that side of the top side and mid side of the map in terms of presence, because they've just got to try and keep that minion wave out of that inhibitor. But something's telling me that they're not going to be very good at doing that right now. There we go. Wukong going in with the Cyclone, knocking up the Ornn as well. We're seeing Patterson go in, doing a lot of damage onto the Ornn. Ornn using that ult, like I said, it's just not doing much anymore. Reconnect, confirm. I almost clicked cancel there. Ziggs ult doing a lot of damage onto the Karma, but they've already set the pace now. They have put the distance between blue team and red team, and they're going for the Baron Nashor, and it looks like Gragas is just like, you know what, let's just like, let me look like I'm doing something. Let me look like I'm doing something, and I'm clearing that bot wave. But now they have the Baron Nashor. They don't have to wait for this next Drake to be up. They can literally force a team fight in mid or either one of the lanes, but I feel like they're going to force it in mid here, especially with the Ziggs and the Yuumi already currently here. Corki packaging flying straight in to the Ziggs and the Yuumi. Ziggs looking pretty low, managed to get away with a little bit of shield, but then we see Patterson coming around, sandwiching into the Corki. We see, actually, Justice League still getting some kills here. They're not going down without a fight. The minions are at the Nexus. Nexus has no shielding. Ornn's trying to use that ult to stop that push in mid lane, and unfortunately, it just isn't enough for Justice League to stop that Nexus takedown. Ooh, there we go. There we go. WLG coming back in classic fashion there. 24 kills to 6. A lot of damage. A lot of gold difference. To be fair, I mean, because the match didn't go on for that long, they couldn't really accumulate that much damage. But if you were to sort of like go on, as the match goes on, that damage would just obviously snowball in one way or another. But 17k for Andreas. They're actually doing the most damage. So Jungle are doing the most damage, which is crazy, over a Corki and a Varus, which is nuts. But we do see that obviously Andreas gets the 6 kills. So there's a 5-5. To be fair, there's a lot there, but we see the assist for the Jin Zhao as well. And if you just look at that the gold graph,